In Adams County, the sheriff's office has been urging emergency-only travel after the storm damaged and downed power lines there. Residents were asked to not travel as crews worked to clear storm debris and down trees that were tangled with power lines. The sheriff said multiple roadways were blocked while utility crews from Entergy, along with other companies, worked to safely remove the debris. And the sheriff's office reports that some roads are still blocked in the area. The sheriff's office says updates will be provided as conditions improve.